Today we're going to learn how to create a revolve. So again, we'll start by creating a sketch, just like we have before. Today we're going to create a cup using a revolve. So now that we're into our part, our first step, um, really with any revolve that we're going to be doing, we're going to need to create some type of axis. Again, we don't have to create it in the sketch, but I'm going to in this case, and it's uh, decent practice too. But you could also use the axes from the origin. So I'll go ahead and get this line, and I'll go ahead and make it a construction line. So now I'll start drawing the actual outline of our cup. So we want our base to be, say, 3 inches in diameter. So in doing a revolve, you want to split that distance in half. So in this case, we'll do 1.5 inches for a radius, and then we'll draw or sketch a line coming up. And for now, I'm just going to put it there, and then I'm going to dimension it. So I'm going to make that line, say, 6 inches tall. So we have a 6-inch tall cup. And then I'm going to also dimension the top so we can get it fully constrained. And we'll say that it will have a radius of 1.75. So now that that's fully constrained, we'll go ahead and create the thickness of our cup. Because right now, if we went ahead and finished it, filling in the solid profile, this would create a solid piece, not like an actual cup. So we need to have that offset in there so that it will be hollow in the middle. There are other tools that you can make it hollow later that we'll cover in later sections. So we'll say it has a thickness of 0.15. So here, we don't need this line right here, so we'll go ahead and delete it. I'm going to extend this line down here to there, and now it turned purple. Once I extended it, it lost the offset reference, so I'll have to redimension this. It's still the same dimension because it hasn't moved, but it's something you'll have to do. All right, so now, just like we did with extrudes, the sketch does have to be closed. So I'm going to go ahead and close that right there. And then up here, instead of doing just a straight line, I'm going to do an arc. Do a 2-point arc, click both of those, and if I get the right spot, I can go ahead and make it tangent. That way, it's a nice smooth curve. And then there is our finished profile of our the cross section of our cup. So I'll finish that. And then now I'll go ahead and go into the revolve tool. I'll click revolve. And again, just like Inventor did with the extrude, it tries to pick up what it thinks you're trying to revolve. So it already highlighted this section blue. So, and we have our one profile, and that is fine. That is what we're trying to revolve. So now we need to select an axis. So like I mentioned before, we could select the axes over here if we wanted to, or we can do it based on the sketch. I'm going to do it based on the sketch. And I'm going to select this. And then now you can see that it's revolving it around. Now by default, it does full, which is what this is. And if we didn't want it to go all the way around, we could just type in a dimension here, or a degree, numbers of degrees. So there's a 180 degree revolve, so it only goes halfway. Being a cup, it doesn't really make sense, but that is an option. The 2 option will also revolve it up to a surface. So if you had something else that you wanted to revolve it to, but you didn't know the exact degree, you could just tell it to revolve to that surface, and it would revolve up there. But again, we're going to do a full, since this is a cup. Then we'll go ahead and click OK. And there is our finished cup.